What's happening, good people? Welcome to the channel. I'm Wes, aka Mr. Budget Watch, and well, today I made a mistake. Well, actually it was the other day, but anyway, I made a mistake. So in the unboxing and initial impressions video of this, I called this something it isn't. Now, I'll explain what happened in a little bit more detail in a minute, but yeah, I made a mistake there. I then sort of, made things a little bit worse by making a further mistake, which I tend to do, by putting a few comments about the listing. So it turns out the idiot here, speaking to you, was looking at multiple listings of different chronograph watches. And yeah, I've just made a massive thingy, huge confusion on my part. And yeah, I put some comments that you were in fact not true, and I made a mistake. So I said that the listing had been changed. It hadn't. I was just looking at multiple listings at the same time, like I do. I look for watches, research, and look for cool stuff to feature on the channel. And yeah, I've just got confused. I've had multiple tabs open and I've made a few mistakes, and I'm going to put my hands up and own up to those mistakes. And all I can do is say sorry for that. Sorry for, any misleading on my part. And I also want to apologise to the seller and to Feist as well for this mistake. We're only human, stuff happens, especially when, thingy brain does multitasking not so well. So yeah, no excuses, I've messed up, so I do apologise for that. So yeah, now that's cleared up, I just want to say what's happened really. So in the initial video I looked at this watch, and even on the listing I looked at the watch and thought, you know what, it looks like a chronograph, which, if you look at the bezel, it's a tachymeter style bezel. If you look at the layout, it's a tachymeter layout. But in fact, this is quite a popular thing on Chinese watches. Now, I wasn't aware of that, guys. I didn't know how this watch was laid out is actually something they do quite often. Now, if you look at my past videos, I don't really look at watches like this. I tend to stick to more basic, three-handers, maybe one with a day-date complication now and then, digitals. So this is thingy. And I also want to say that I'm not a professional, guys. I'm just an enthusiast. I don't know everything, I'm not professional, I don't, pretend to know everything. So, mistakes have been made. Now, in hindsight, I should have read the listing thoroughly, but I didn't. I just got excited when I saw automatic, saw that it looked like a chronograph. Stupid brain put two and two together. I've ended up with 65 and, called the watch something it wasn't. So yeah, now that's cleared up. Again, I do apologise, guys. Again, mistakes were made, and I hope, we can, get past this. I mean, it's not a massive thing yet. I've just made it a little bit worse than perhaps it needed to. But again, sorry. It happened. I can't change that. All I can do is apologise and move on. So that's what I'm going to do. So now here is the proper information about this watch. So this is not a review per se. I don't think we're going to be doing a full deep dive review just yet. Obviously I've not had the watch long enough, but this is just a correction video for the balls up I made in the initial video. So I just want to clear up a few things. So this in fact is not a chronograph. It looks like a chronograph, which is why I was so initially confused, but it's not a chronograph. So you can see we've got a traditional chronograph 3 sub-dial layout and a tachymeter bezel. Again, a big lot of confusion. But if you actually look at the sub-dials and how they're labelled, you can see we've got one with 7, a 24 and a 12. So actually the movement in this is a Seagull 1654. I didn't know that. And that is something I am going to change from now on. Before I do any unboxings or anything, they're still going to be raw and thingy, because you guys seem to like the, the fluff and, the stuff that, comes out of the face. All the words and stuff I thingy. just nonsense really. I'm rambling on like I am now. Anyway, so from future I'm going to like do some proper research into the thing and know a bit more about the watch before I even do a first impressions, and that way, you know, I'm not going to make as many mistakes, and you know, there's not going to be any misinformation spread, because you know that's not good on either party, myself or, you know, to you guys, or to you know, the seller and indeed the maker of the watch. So yeah, this is a Seagull 1654, and actually it has a moon phase movement, so that is right at the bottom. You can see just there it's got a 24-hour. So obviously when you actually see the movement, which I'll pop a picture up here, you can see it's got a moon phase. There's also a 12 thingy, and that is actually a date, which is very, very strange. So if you look on the original movement, you can see it's got 31 things around it. But these have modified it to actually change it into a month. So basically, it's no longer a thingy, a day. It actually functions as a month, which is pretty cool, actually. You know, yeah, it's cool, but it's not done for its intended purpose. Let's just say it's been modified and adjusted, but it still works. And then, of course, you know, we've got the day of the week here. So 7 is, I believe, Sunday. So now we're on Monday. So you can see the hand is pointing to Monday. This again is the moon phase, the 24-hour. It's actually wrong at the minute. I've got it. It should be, you know, down here. I've been, you know, filming and, you know, doing stuff and messing around with it and just making sure the movement and everything, you know, is what I've read it to be. You know, let's just say. So again, make sure there's no confusion. So yeah, that is, well, it really, guys. It's, you know, not a chronograph, it's a calendar. But I mean, if I'm being honest, you can kind of see where there's a lot of confusion because of the styling of it. You know, we've got a traditional sporty looking watch that's set out in a way that the watch it's homaging is set out. It looks, you know, virtually the same. Of course it isn't, it's just a homage. It's definitely not trying to, you know, be that. Perfectly legal homages, by the way. But yeah, it's mimicking a watch that is a proper chronograph. This is a calendar. So again, you know, I think something does need to change, in my opinion. I think they need to, you know, write something in the description for us buyers that aren't familiar with this style of layout. Because if a regular person just looked at this, like myself, you can kind of see where I'm coming from and why this watch was mistaken for what it was mistaken for. So I have been in touch with the seller. You know, we've been going backwards and forwards. Whether they, you know, whether they're open to adjusting the, you know, the bezel and, you know, changing it to something different to match the watch, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. But, you know, you can see why there would be some confusion on my part and perhaps others as well. So again, guys, it's not the seller's fault, you know, it's actually stopped working. But anyway, it's not the seller's fault, you know, it's just a real mess up on my part. Again, I apologise, but I hope now, you know, I've cleared things up and we can get on, you know, with the thing is normal and review the watch as I, you know, planned. So as we've not shown the box, because I've obviously had to remove that video, which is fine. You know, you can see it's just a nice box. Got this really cool sort of shiny metallic covering on it with the branding. Nice pillow, and you do get a bit of information in here. That's just the plastic off the watch. Spare links, which I have removed to get the bracelet to fit. So I've removed 6 in total. And then we've got a little bit of information here and then an information booklet underneath that as well. So we'll just pop those back because we don't need it. Plastic is for the links and that can go back there. So yeah, that's the box. So guys, yeah, I hope that's, you know, cleared things up. And again, you know, apologies for, you know, just, yeah. So thanks guys. You know, thanks for being so understanding as well. You know, we all make mistakes. Mine was just very public. So yeah, thanks guys, and you know, I'll see you on the next one.